Well, good morning. It's the next day. The weather hasn't changed too much. The wind has died down a little bit. It's really raining right now. I have my raincoat on, but yikes. If this keeps going, I'll have to put my mic away. Well, the rain is going crazy. It stopped for a second and then it started again, like twice as strong. And I'm just gonna stay here for a couple of minutes. If it goes like this, I'm just gonna go back to shore because there's not much point of me just getting super wet. Yeah, hopefully the day turns. So I stuck out the weather, stuck out the wind, the rain. There were just those underwater reeds that are not visible from the surface. I was like just casting in, and then all of a sudden it's like brought to a dead stop, and that's it. Just dink, and that's it. Oh, got a nipple. Got a bite just now. Or maybe I just bumped into a fish underwater. Could be that as well. Something like trebled. I think I was like reeling in so slow, and I was just bumping into some kind of fish. That's a good cast, if I've ever seen one. And the fish has like the paddle tail, so it's like twisting and turning itself, so I don't have to do too much. Let's try it, cast. There. Oh. Yeah, and that's how I break off my lures. And this is fine. Need to get closer back to the shore. Got one, but again, almost the same size as the lure. Hopefully not the same one from yesterday. I think this one's even smaller. Yeah, this for sure is even smaller. I can lift it like this almost. Come in. Small one. Yep. Like this. Little guy. Where are the big ones? Hey? This one wasn't even legal to take. It was so small. Yeah. Fish doesn't have to be too big to take like 15 centimeter lure. It's almost half the size of it. Got it. I hope there's nothing stuck to it right now. Okay, let's try this little outcrop there. Oh yeah, perfect. Made it just perfect. Come on. Yeah. Oh, how did I feel it? How did I know? What? Oh, this one is big. At least bigger. How did I feel it? Let's loosen our drag a little bit. She doesn't want to come up. Don't want to lose this one. She's coming like a dead plank, not moving at all. Like, what? Are you good? Oh! They're doing this jump all the time. Usually that's it when you see them the last time. Okay, let's get the net. It's pretty hard to do it when you're alone here. Come on, come on, come on. Oh! Going like crazy. She's gonna jump again. Oh my god. Oh, oh yeah, in the net. In the net she goes. Whew. This one's really nice. We'll need to use our thingy. The hook is out. Oh. Stop. She's crazy. Strong as well. Oh. Come on. What a beauty. Like what? 55 centimeters? Pretty heavy though. Fat back. I think I'm gonna let her go still. If we get lucky for another one, then we're probably gonna cook it up and bring something home. This one's really nice. Okay. Oh, she went. Not beat up too bad, a little bit. The leader though is getting a little bit twisted up. Otherwise it's fine. That was nice. I think I'm just going out too early. Earlier there was absolutely no activity. For like the last hour, the fish are jumping in the water, everything is like going crazy. Well, it seems like they're taking it only when you're like dropping it right into their nose. Then you can like think that they're trailing a little bit, and then they're taking it. But if I would have just like reeled by, probably she wouldn't have taken it. I feel like. Let's try to get into that crevice there. It's a tricky cast. Okay, not the one I wanted, but still. Into some reeds. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, feel like that was it for this place. I'm still intrigued about those like deeper parts like here. Probably going to try them out because the activity seems to be just starting right now. Our sixth already, which I'm seeing. He's gonna beat me to the shore, I think. Swimming like crazy. Maybe not. Oh, what? Fish number 3. Just right here. I did like a quick back cast into those reeds there. There he is, another small one in the net. Not as small as the first one, but know, buddy. I know. And, oh! Come on. Let me grab you real quick. Like this. Like 35 or centimeters, something like that. But just go. Yeah, disappeared. Quite a bit I tried there. I had a nibble, but that was probably a really small fish, and that was it. And it seems like most of those fish are just sitting near the reeds, hiding. And yeah, that seems to be the place where you can get him. And of course, after being so long on the lake, certain someone is really upset about it again. Really upset about it. I'm sorry again. I'm sorry. Oh, it's fine, yeah. Yeah, it's fine now. We are doing our rounds, going in our daily hikes in those hills and little mountains. I love those kind of fields. Obviously this is like an agricultural land here. That's why it's so, the grass is so short and it's like a park. I just love it how it is here. And it's super windy, super cold. Not like super cold, it's like around 19-20 degrees. But I think I got so cold yesterday and this morning when I was fishing, I just can't yet to warm up. And that's why I'm having like a jumper, a hoodie, and yeah. Scenery is just perfect. Okay, for this evening I am returning to my preliminary quest of catching a big tench, but I am remembering how frustrating it was that as soon as my bait drops on the water surface, those small roach and rudd are just devouring in just seconds and I'm losing bait left and right. So in my little peanut head, I have developed a strategy that I'm just gonna drop my fish feed not so close to the reeds, but like more in like open area. I hope you can hear me now. Let me just wait the wind out. That's a breeze. I should like shield my mic like this. Yeah, so where was I? I'm gonna bait not so close to those like leaves, but a little bit more in the open area, in hopes that in the open area the big fish are gonna go because they're smelling the feed, and the smaller fish are not gonna go because they're like, you know, a little bit scared of being in the open water. So that's my theory, that's my thesis for tonight. I am gonna drop some of that feed right here, and I will wait a couple of hours until that's like settles in, and I will go a couple of circles. Maybe I'm catching a pike just before. So yeah, I guess stay tuned. Tench for tonight, and let's make a quick trip for a pike if we can. Oh, we just have something good sized, really good sized. Was just slowly retrieving my line after trolling from that side. Really good sized pike. It was so unexpected. Doesn't want to come up. I'm not forcing it though, because I don't want to lose it. It's just one hook. One hook on. Oh, no, 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 no. I'm trying to be in a good angle all the time. That's a nice fish. The net. Oh, in she goes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That was so unexpected. I was just trolling from that side, like, I just dropped my lure in, slowly paddled right here, and there is a deep crevice going down in the middle, and right in the middle, she took it. That's a big fish. That's a big, big fish. That's a big, big fish. Oh, and the lure came out just now. Let's hold it up for the camera. Come on, baby. Hooked myself just now. Hard to grab it. Okay, like this. Whew. That's a pike and a half. Probably 1.5, maybe 2 kilograms. She is really fat. Nice one. I'm thinking this is gonna go on the table, guys. She's gonna go on the table. You know what? I just couldn't bring myself to just slam it on the head right now, because I have the ability to release it. It hasn't been damaged at all. It's a beautiful fish, and I had my emotions already. I had my fun. So I'm just gonna let her go. She has some blood on the snout, but that's from the hook. That won't bother her after. It's a nice fish, really big one. I'm just thinking, like, I have 8. I have food at home. I have food here. I can't bring myself to just kill it right now. Oh, and there she goes. You know, sometimes there are fish that are hard to release because some kind of hook damaged it or something like that. This wasn't the case, and yeah, I'm just enjoying this. It's how beautiful it is. A really nice fish, really unexpected take. As I said, I was just coming along for a couple of minutes before I'm going to catch some tench. Whew, that was nice. Wasn't that big also, but it was the biggest for me in this season for sure. I wanted to talk about that previous scene where I decided not to take that bigger pike with me at home. it's just something that came in my mind, because a lot of times when I'm after coming home after a fishing trip or whatever, people are asking me, so you got something and you didn't keep the fish? Like, why? Why did you even go there? I have almost like two reasons for it. And the first could be that, for me at least, it's not all about that food and all about that meat and all about like eating the fish. It's more about the emotion and experience and that thing that you did the right choices to get that fish on the hook. That's more exciting than just like eating it afterwards. And I get those questions all the time, and those questions are coming even if I catch that like 90 centimeter salmon. Like, was it good? I mean, like what? Catching it? I mean, we're not living in Alaska or someplace somewhere else where those fish that you're eating is not leaving an impact. Where I'm coming from, every fish that you take is leaving a huge impact. We don't have such resources, and people don't think that way, and that's really bad, I would say, for smaller countries, for countries as mine, and I think a lot of that comes from being like a post-Soviet or a country that has been ruled over for a long time, where like the last 100 years have been like really hard for the people, because in my older generations in my country, they're like, if something is not tied down and if something is free, you have to take it. And if something is like food for free, or like here, you can catch a fish and then you have to take it. Like releasing it is like you are looked at as a manic a little bit, because you just have to take it, you know. And yeah, that's like a lot of people are still thinking that in that old school mindset. And yeah, I guess for me it's just not about that all the time. Another argument I'm having sometimes is like, people are saying, well, you have a hunter's license, so are you going to shoot that deer? How are you going to do it like then? And I'm saying, like, valid. I have yet been on a single hunting trip, so I don't know how I'm going to react when I have to pull the trigger or do something like that. But in fishing, you have that privilege to release that animal. You have had the rush, you have had the emotions, and you can release the animal, and maybe next year when I'm coming here again, I will be able to catch the same pike, and it will be like 2 kilograms heavier or whatever. Of course not, but you get the idea. So in hunting, I think you have to go in that process already understanding that when you take the shot, when you're like in that moment, there is no coming back, and there's no like, oh, I'm gonna release it or whatever. That's not gonna happen. But in the fishing world, I would say that's the best part, that you can like experience everything. And if you're able to release it and the fish is not half dead, I would say just do it, because it will affect that, like, your region in a really positive manner. Yeah, something like that. I should stop yapping, and I should start packing up for my tench spot. I've been sitting here for almost an hour. I have managed to get my bait down to the bottom. Was like a what? A carp? It just rose up. Don't know if you catch that, but yeah, and something interesting is happening with my float as well. Oh, we're gonna get something. Something is taking it. Oh. Not that big. What? He was taking it like a champ. a rudd, and it's a bottom feeding fish, so so small though. He was taking it down like a champ, going into deep. But okay, this is something that I like a bit more. The sunset, completely calm water. You can hear some tractors still working in the distance. And yeah, someone might even argue that, hey, you said remote cabin, this is not even so remote. You can see a building right there. Yeah, that's true, but the closest town with like a supermarket or not like doctor's office, but pharmacy is like 20 kilometers. There is one smaller town, like 7 kilometers, I think. And yeah, there is one farm in the area. Something is about to go down. Float is indicating a bunch of things, then flat on the surface, then up, and flat, then up. I put on the most massive maggot I had. Probably it's not considered maggot, it's like a big ass worm. And yeah, it's probably not that big of a fish because it's like trying so hard to do something with it. It's just too big. Oh, the float is rising again. My hook could be cleared out, but there is some kind of movement time to time, so I'm not yet ready to just flick it out and check. Oh, yeah, we got something. Finally, after all that waiting. Something, oh, decent size. Tench. Nice one. No, still a kid. Still a small one. Oh. Now he's doing that. Oh. Not so bad, actually. Let's see. How can we help you, buddy? Oh, the hook is just perfectly placed here. Ah, it's already out. Just perfect. Let's see how you look. Don't go crazy just now. Just beautiful fish. With those red eyes. He's talking to us a little bit. Nice, this is like, what? $500 grams for sure. Whew, nice. When everything falls correctly and is materializing, that's the best feeling. 5 pike today, a tench, and a worm bucket that just fell over. No, everything is contained. Whew, let's reset while they're here. Action is continuing. Float is, whoa, what? Oh, what? What was that? That was something big, big. Ah. My float was like flat, and then all of a sudden it completely disappeared, and I was like, wait, am I not just seeing it, or what is happening? And I'm waiting for an additional second, and still not. Go down! It's not going down completely. Obviously, I don't have to wait until it's completely down, but go a little bit more, though. Go down. This stuff's exciting. Feel like a kid. And we're going. Oh yeah. Oh. Oh, not that big again. The first initial feels like it's something crazy. That's a bream. A bream. Come on, buddy. Oh, don't mess up in those reeds, please. A small one. The first initial hit is like a 3-kilogram fish. Then pretty soon you understand it's not the case. But it's really fun and it's so exciting watching it. Like, what's gonna happen? Is it going down or is not? Let's see. The only thing is bream are extra slimy. Whoops, my microphone's set up. Okay. Let's see. Where's the hook? Right in the corner again. Come on. It's out. And sunset and a bream. Small one. Still, thanks, buddy. Float. Just cruising around. What? What are you doing here? No, I don't understand because it is too shallow here, so the float should be like that, flat on the surface. Or the fish is still holding it. Now it's the gamble, whether to strike to check it or just leave it. I'm not as patient though. It's probably just cleared out my hook. Yeah, the hook is clean. There's a fox on that hill right beside our cabin. And my dog was just barking and scaring the fox away. The fox ran uphill a little bit. Now he's running uphill a little bit. And he came back down to check again. Now he's running uphill again. That's too bad you can't see that far. Even I almost can't see him. It's like a brown speck just climbing the mountain right now. And now he's behind that post. Again turning back. Nah. Going uphill, standing. Like he can't decide what to do. Probably hears me as well and is like not understanding what's happening. Yeah, he's now going uphill, but all the time looks back to check what's going on behind him. I have heard my dog bark like in the night a couple of times like this. And probably that's that fox because I have seen him a couple of times now. First time on that side, usually he's like behind there in the evenings. He comes out. But the question is still open, what does the fox say? But now I think I'm gonna strike. Oh, something good. Something not that good. Yeah, it's a bream, as I said. If it starts with the float being flat... Whoa, almost lost my net. Usually that means it's a bream. It is bigger than the previous one, but for a bream, it's still small. Hope you can see it. They aren't tasty though. Well, if you like smoke them, I don't understand what's happening. My float is like miles away and it's just going and I can't see what's happening there. It just drove away like a boat. What's happening? What? It's like 20 meters from me. I can't see stuff. I have to strike it. I can't see a thing. Okay, here goes nothing. Okay. We have something. Small fish. What is it though? A bream or... yeah, a small bream. Come on! Stop it! Ugh. He was on probably for a second there. Well, I guess that's gonna be it for the nightly session over here. This small bream. Looks beautiful though. And from this side, maybe a small fish. See you, buddy. Yep, well, that's it for me for tonight. It was a wonderful session. Got one tench, couple of bream, and a beautiful sunset. Anyways, good night for now. Good morning, it's the next day. We just climbed this little mountain that overlooks the whole lake behind me. And the view is just perfect. There's our little cabin there. We're hiking alongside this forest here, and I found like a lily just growing here all of its own. Now you're gonna see a technique which was used by our forefathers to catch some fish. It's like fishing with live bait, like fish bait. And I scattered a little bit of fish feed in the area. And right now, I'm just slowly going in the water with the net. You're not seeing me right now, but you're gonna see me in a little bit. And my task is just to keep the net as low in the water as possible. And then when it gets deeper, just like raising the net up, and it has a bunch of fish in it. I'm settling it down like this, then picking some fish out and putting inside the container. I don't need too many. I need just a couple. So, and I'm taking the smallest ones. I even somehow caught like a fish like this big, and that would be too big for like live bait. Oops. Because we'll be targeting perch. And yeah, let's do another pass, because I saw a bunch of fish like beforehand, and then I they managed to somehow escape before I raised it up. Let's try again. Water's pretty warm actually. So I'm just gonna get some couple. I don't need as much. Here, here, some bigger ones maybe. Yeah, fish are like this big for live bait. Oh. Come here, buddy. That's it. Not gonna take more. Yeah, that's it. We have a bait now. Live bait. And now we are in a bit setting off for our perch fishing spots. We are rowing our way to the first spot we're gonna try for perch. This like point right here. It has a solid bottom and a lot of those reeds, which perch usually tend to hold into. So we're gonna try here, and then we're having a couple more spots which are good for that. So if there's no luck here, we're gonna try other places. I also grabbed my spinner with me in case we have a little bit of time in our hands to troll a bit or just go to a couple of spots. Yeah, so I'm gonna start looking for a place to park up. Yep, just like that. And I'm gonna be trying like in this general area here, right in front of me. We are our first fish in. And just setting that little fish on the hook. Then waiting for a perch to grab it. That's basically it. That should be like really effective way of fishing. And usually it's like you can tell if the perch are in the area, then you're getting bites right away. And if not, then you can surely just try other spots. Because they're like a traveling kind of fish, and they're going where there's other bait fish. So I also grabbed a little bit of that ground feed and scattered some right there. So it attracts the little fish, and where there's little fish there, perch usually are going as well. And yeah, it's basically like this. Sitting in reeds and watching the float. changing the fish from time to time and changing positions as well. The deal goes quickly. Yeah, it's a small one. And sometimes they're like taking it so aggressively that it's really hard to like release them. And this is the case also. So let's be hypocritical for a second, and those perch we're catching today, probably we are gonna cook on a fire or do something like that with them. They're really, really tasty, and they are not as endangered as like big pike and and salmon in rivers are. So I'm not too worried about taking like 2, 3, 4, or 5 perch for dinner. So yeah, we're having 2 now. This is the second one. I just changed locations and I just dropped my fish in, and all of a sudden, like on the drop, we get this, a nice perch, really nice one. And I was like thinking before coming here that, no, I'm not having my net. I'm not having my net with me. That's bad. Okay, let's try to land him without the net. Yeah, what was I saying? That usually here are a little bit bigger perch, so I tried this spot. Grabbed him. Oh yeah, nice one. Nice one, really nice one. Okay, the hook is out. Don't go anywhere. It's like this. It's like maybe 25 centimeters. A big boy. And he took the little fish right as I dropped it in. You know, they say that you shouldn't take those big perch because they're like breeders, and yeah, they're just a beautiful fish. Big ones you should leave to stay alive. Nice. And there was no problem in releasing him. Like the hook hasn't damaged him in any way. So yeah, let's reset and try again. I dropped it in right there. And what I did, my float all like suddenly went down, like straight down. Like this. Yeah, the same thing. Again, nice one. Not so big though. Yeah, this is the perch place. This small one, I think we can take for dinner. Small ones are even tastier, I would say. And we got another one, another small one. It's like every cast, because like a flock of them, or I would say a school of them, is here. They're feeding, and I somehow managed to arrive in the right time at the right place. So yeah, gonna be a nice dinner day. This place is going like crazy, like every cast. you drop it in, and you're having a bite in like a couple seconds. Right now I put on a little bigger bait fish. I had one, like big one, to see if we can catch a bigger perch. Actually, I did put it on previously, and we caught another small one with that bigger fish even. And now it seems like, yeah, there's a bite again. And I have used this fish like 2 times. This one. Nice looking one. So right now I have 5 fish already. So I don't think I need any more to eat. So I'm just gonna let them go for now. Whoops. From this point I'm just gonna let them go, yeah. And there's another one. Yep. Small ones now. Yeah, this is the fun of perch fishing. It's like, cast it in, wait a couple of seconds, and come on. Show your fin, buddy. Doesn't want to. And as quickly as everything is going now, it can like end in a couple of seconds as well. The school of fish are just moving like in different places, and yeah, so the bites can stop like any second. There's again a little bit bigger bait fish on, so maybe we get a little bit bigger fish. We're probably not. Those perch are having like insane ability to swallow things, like big baits and fish. There are decently sized, like against their own size. Need to sit down, otherwise I'm acting like a sail, and wind is blowing us out. Just gonna pedal a little bit back. No, we still have the fish on. Probably that was the fish that's moving around. I'm gonna cast it a little bit differently, like no, right here. Yeah, so bigger fish on, not so many bites right away. Probably have to wait a second. 100% sure that I just had a pike on. And how can I know? Well, this is all that is left from my setup. Yeah, the leader is half of it is gone. I had a bite, and my float just like didn't go completely under, but like half of it was under, and it slowly was like moving away. And I remember how my grandfather taught me that if a pike is taking on a live bait, you have to count until like 60 seconds, because the pike is like holding that fish in its mouth and just like sitting with it, and only then you're able to like flick your rod and set the hook. So I just saw it like moving slowly. I was like, oh, it's probably just a small perch that can't handle the fish. I was like setting the hook, and I felt for a split second something like really big, like couple of movements, and yeah, then it just shot out because the line was split in half. yeah, I guess I am gonna change the leaders quickly and try to catch some more perch. That's not a good way to start a scene. For like the second time, when I was like lifting my rod up, I like had a bite on like on movement, so I made my depth of the line like a meter deep or like 70 centimeters, and yeah, it's even better there because you would think that you need to go straight down to the bottom, but I have set up like, yeah, the depth is like probably a meter now. What is happening? Yeah, that's a smallie. And I was like hearing all the time some kind of commotion here. Usually there are just perch like grabbing little fish from the surface. And I somehow, when I came here, managed to hit it right on the spot, like right when the action is going. Now there's just my bait fish moving along. That's the perfect thing also, because they're like attracted to movement. The perch, I mean. Oh, something is still eating it. Come on. Oh, that's a good one. Nice. Let's see if we can release him. Yeah, the hook is barely in. Yeah, just a small one. I have a couple of fish in the bucket still, so I think I'm gonna like use them all and then just pack up. Oh, we have a big one there as well. I'm not too keen on putting that one because I don't want a pike to like tear off my stuff again. Oh, what? Fell off the hook? Come here, little one. Yeah, the action is non-stop. As soon as I drop the bait fish in, it starts going. And this one's small. This one's small. That's like all the time. Hasn't stopped. So I had to put on the bigger fish, like a small roach, because it was like my second to last fish, or my last fish. Yeah, I just hope I don't get a pike now. I don't understand. Is this a take or that's just a fish? Probably that's just a fish. Yeah, that's just a fish. It is really strong. Well, that can be that fish. No. It was a good one. Well, maybe not so big one, but yeah. was a perch. And again, something biting. Or that could be fish moving. No, this is a bite. Is it right? Tried to get it off and then it stopped. Hope you can see it. Did he get it off? No. Still there. Okay. Ah, what? Again? And now it's the last one that's on. And it's even bigger. So, just gonna hope for a bigger perch and not a pike. But yeah, even if it's a perch, like the couple of that last hook sets that I took, it's like they are biting on the fish, and when I'm just setting the hook, the hook is like nowhere near their mouth, because they're like eating from the middle or from the tail. And yeah, that's why I'm just yanking them out. The fish is just too big. They can't like swallow it whole. It has to be like a really big fish to do it. And yeah, the bait fish is now, it's really big. It's really active as well. I mean, that's good. It attracts movement, attracts predators. But it's just too big. The timing is perfect as well. It's almost 6 o'clock. I think I will just cruise around a little bit, try to catch a pike maybe with my spinner rod. And after that, it's sauna time. And we're gonna split some wood, start a sauna. It has to like warm up for almost 2 hours because it's a big one. Yeah. And then some dinner, and that's gonna be it for today. I'm probably gonna have to wait some time until someone tries to eat it. I don't think a perch can eat it. It has to be a massive perch then. Whoa. That looked like a pike trying to eat something. Probably gonna come here. Well, I guess I'm gonna report in if something takes or from later on. I'm back. Hey there. Hey there. Uh, Hey, so at the same spot where the trip started, the same spot I'm ending it. I had a really nice time. Thank you so much for spending time with me, and just subscribe if you want to see more of my adventures. And yeah, that's about it. We're about to head home. I just can't get enough of this view behind me.